Hey, welcome back to the Higher Desire Partner video series. We're going to be talking about the sex that is out of obligation, which is a fatal flaw, and why this is so deadly for your sex life. Okay. Now, often people come in to work with me and they are talking about the frequency of sex, especially, well, actually both people. Okay, the higher desire person is looking for more sex, is interested in having more sex, and the lower desire person is thinking, how much sex do I have to have, right? There is such a focus on frequency of sex as if that is the measure. But that is a problem because just having more sex is not going to make things better. Okay, I am never trying to get someone to have more sex. I'm trying to help them want as much sex as they can want. And you can probably already feel this if your partner has had sex because it feels like a chore, because they are checking a box, because they need to do this to make you happy. I mean, yes, you are getting sex technically, but you are not getting something very fulfilling. I mean, it can even get to the point where it is almost toxic. I have had lots and lots of higher desire partners saying, I don't even want sex like this, right? They turn it down. If your partner clearly doesn't want to be doing this, can you get it over with, right? That is not a fulfilling connection with your partner. And that's what happens if the two of you are focused on frequency. Okay. If you focus just on frequency, you really are inviting your partner to have sex to meet that sense of obligation, almost like meeting a quota. All right. Solving this is not a math problem. Right? If you want sex 3 times a day, a week, a month, whatever, and your partner wants it once, you don't just average this and say, okay, we'll do it twice, right? That is a quota. That is not connecting to desire, which is so crucial. That is not focusing on what is fulfilling and engaging for both of you. That is not about emphasizing connection and pleasure, which is what we really need if you want your sex life to thrive for years and years. So what'll happen is a lower desire person will start to have sex for their partner for the right reasons, because they care about you, because they want your needs to be met, because they know you're unhappy and they know this is important for a relationship, right? All this good intention is behind it. And in fact, we can have sex for our partner a little bit and have that be okay if it's coming from the right place and we feel okay about it, right? I'm not exactly feeling it right now. I can do it for you and that's all fine. But if that's all it ever is, it starts to be like checking a box. It starts to be, let me just get this done. Let me just meet your needs. If I do this today, maybe I don't have to do it for a week. Let me get this over with. And I can get back to my book or whatever, right? Whatever it is. It's going to be like it's like you're sort of going on a picnic together and your partner never actually puts anything in the basket. You're packing all the cured meats that you happen to love, but they are not putting anything in that they really want to eat. And at first it's like, okay, yeah, cool, a picnic. I get to go on a picnic with you, right? That's kind of fun. And eventually it's like, oh, yay, another picnic with more cured meats. And how long is it really till they can't stand the idea of another picnic where they're avoiding it, right? Where it's just about cured meats. There has to be something in it for them too. It is not sustainable to continue to have sex that is only for one of you. It needs to be fulfilling, engaging for both. Now, they don't have to get the same thing out of it that you do. They don't have to be interested in the same kinds of things. They really just might want a salad. That's okay. But it's got to go on a picnic with the two of you. Okay, I realize some of you are sitting there thinking, hey, I really care about my partner's pleasure. I've been asking them what they want. I keep wanting them to put something in the basket, right? I've been asking how I can turn them on. I've been asking what I could do for them. It may be them. They might have kind of taken their pleasure off the table and neglected this. It doesn't mean that you have not been interested in this. Okay, now some of you have, some of you haven't. Some of you may have just been focused on whether your needs are getting met and your pleasure, but others of you have cared all along about whether your partner's happy, no matter what's happened to it. Okay, but if sex has become, one way or another, just about meeting your needs, they're going to hit a wall. Okay, they are going to hit a place where they literally cannot make themselves do it anymore. Some of you have already hit this place. Some of you, this is in your future. I see this too often in my own sex therapy practice. If someone only has sex for their partner over and over, and it becomes more and more out of obligation, it becomes a heavier and heavier lift. And at some point, they will not be able to do it. Okay, this does not mean that they don't want a connection with you, that they don't love you. It just doesn't feed them at all. So I keep doing it. They won't be able to go on yet another picnic. Okay. This is really important. This is why anything that we're doing that reinforces that sex should happen, we should just have more sex, this is an obligation. Anything that increases that sense of obligation is counterproductive and fatal, really, in the long term. It all adds up to a place where you're going to hit a spot where you just won't be having sex at all, where they cannot do it. Okay. So we want to avoid anything that's reinforcing that sense of obligation. So instead of sex coming out of obligation, just being about you, it is crucial that we access your partner's desire. What would go in their picnic basket? What would they like now versus before? Maybe some of this has changed for them. Understanding how desire actually works and how you can access that is crucial. The next video is all about a second kind of desire that even people that tell you they have no interest in sex, who seem to have little to no libido, can access this other kind once we understand how it works. That's in the next one.